Hello, friends. Welcome back to our Week 5 of Harmony program. We are going to continue to learn more about the spiritual science and the spiritual science laws that govern more. But as you've seen, that beautiful Pyramid Valley International, we'll learn more about that in our in-person retreat that is happening there. I just want to let you know, I've been to that retreat just a few weeks ago. It's absolutely amazing place. It's out of this world experience. Having in-person experience is a completely a different level. So we will definitely share more information about Valley and the program that we're having the first week of March. So welcome back, and over to you, Chandra.
Thank you, Radhika. Happy evening, dear friends and masters. A great morning and afternoon. We are practicing meditation. We are strengthening our practice of learning new knowledge, the twin elements of becoming a new person. Knowledge and meditation, both are essential. So in a practitioner's life, if you look at the day or if you look at how a practitioner is progressing, there are these sessions like this, which now virtual has become very common, online virtual connections. The bulk of my practice happened through physical connection. Bulk of my practice in the last 22 years or 23 years has always happened through physical connections. And which will continue to be the case because the environment always plays a big role in our growth. People connect to people, and then in the energy of, in the presence of people, in the presence of a newer environment, things are different. So anyone who is seriously wanting to explore this thing, just the way you go to physical conferences, just the way you go and meet physically people, we constantly look at this notion of how do I strengthen, and so we have to constantly look at ways we can do that. And while virtual is one, meeting masters who come into your areas is another. There's always spiritual conferences are going on, always spiritual workshops are going on. There's always a master, say Deepak Chopra, Neil Donald Walsh, or Dr. Jody Spencer, any of them are coming and visiting. And we learn from everybody. Meditation technique is not something we keep changing. That's one. We do our research, we settle to one so that you can get better and better and better. But the knowledge, the spiritual sense knowledge, which is as long as anybody is aligning to that, and everybody was teaching and aligning that the knowledge is simple, that you are this energy, you have the unlimited potential, but thoughts create a reality. If anybody is giving this core message, sure enough, then they become a perfect master that we can learn from. And so one is to meet these masters. But the second difference, and then most certainly, and always have done, is to take time to go to some of these ashrams or meditation centers, which provide you a residential environment with a lot of nature. When you go to a place like Omega Center, which is outside near New York, Rainback, or perhaps some centers in Sedona, and you come to a place like Pyramid Valley International, which is in Bangalore, Now, these are centers for intense learning, intense practice. The practice is never same at home versus there. Never same. And it's an order of magnitude significantly higher because they're made for that purpose. So the energy, the conducive is all there. The goal of the practitioner is to forget themselves and then become and then experience this infinity. That's the practitioner. The idea of meditation, leave of the tactical benefits. I need to remove stress. I need to get some, my memory back a little bit. I need to get my emotion control. So those are like, okay, those are a mundane material requirement or whatever that is. But if you want to become that infinite self, if you want to experience life of unlimited, then we truly have to understand ourselves fully. We truly have to understand ourselves in a way that anything you see, we come to the conclusion that there's never an injustice and never a tragedy in the world. Can we get there? No injustice, no tragedy. We increase our understanding. We increase our understanding any time that it is me I'm creating it. Yesterday we learned this, the spiritual quotient. We get to that level of consciousness so that everything becomes so easy on us. Everything is a game at that point. It's got to be a game. The entire life has to become a game, no matter what level. Even if we get killed 10 times in a game, we're only getting killed in a game. We're going to come back up again. So we become that way. And so for that, we've got to continue to explore and then become that energy. And so if the goal of practitioner is to go and then learn that thing of who am I? Where did I come from? Where am I going? What's the purpose? And all of these. And so then we can do a few things. Physical body, we go into nature. When we utilize all the things that we have available with us to move towards forgetting a body and then move towards this energy. Become that observer all the time. Be in the body, but become the observer every moment. Like the director and actor, there's two things. You are the actor, but you're always the director, both simultaneously. So you are directing yourself, and the actor playing full emotion, but you're coming out as a director and then saying the next thing. So now getting stuck, right? And so if this is where we're going, then we must experience that director role all the time. And so we utilize the 5 things we have. A physical body, we move into nature. The more we spend time in nature, the more we forget about ourselves. Mind, we go into silence. Silence. Contemplation. There are 2 great spiritual practices, silence and contemplation. When you do these, then you are slowly merging in. You're moving towards your inner self, or merging into this energy. When you go into silence, mauna, and contemplation occasionally, go back and try to connect the dots. You gain greater wisdom by connecting the dots. Silence and contemplation through the mind. Intellect, we continue to read and read and read and read. There's no replacement for reading. We continue to read, we continue to understand, we continue to see how the truth has been told by different people, different perspective. One must read Richard Bach. Amazing book, Illusions. One book is sufficient to read and understand. While we are reading this time, Autobiography Yogi and You Are the Placebo, Illusions. There are many, many such books we recommended too. They're starting point. So intellect, the more you read, the more you understand, the less you get attached to the body, so the more close to the energy field that you are. When you increase your knowledge, understanding, you drop the experience, unwanted experiences. You detach from the experience. You gain the strength to detach, understanding to detach. It's all happening through intellect understanding. Our individual consciousness that we all have, meditation. Practice. Meditation, forgetting the body, then we are becoming that energy. The individual part of that energy, we're becoming that in meditation. The 5th thing, the collective part of ourselves, the social body, We do service. We do some service in helping others by default. When in helping others, we lose ourselves. When helping others, we lose ourselves. The importance of us keeps dropping when you continue to work with others, help others unconditionally. That's service. So going into nature, silence, contemplation, reading books, plenty of meditation, and doing service. And then guess what? All these places, when you go into these meditation centers, places of practice, they offer all of them. They'll give you an opportunity to serve, any kind of service. They'll give you an opportunity to serve. They are there for meditation practice significantly. No distractions. Nobody is there to unnecessarily disturb you, distract you from the environment, home, office. You're going away a few days. For a few days, you must take time off and then go there. Intensive practice. Great opportunity for reading. Going into silence. Then nobody comes and disturbs you there. They, in fact, support you. If you go to Pyramid Valley, they'll give you a tag. You wear the tag. I'm in silence for next 5 days. The tag is there. So nobody comes and casually also asks you a question. The respect. And then they are place of nature. So you're constantly in the nature. So we utilize all of 5 bodies significantly in moving towards becoming empty and explore that field. So serious practitioners must take time, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Go into an open meditation centers nearby, wherever they are. See for yourself. The start is that when you spend more than 5 days in any place, we are changing neurologically. The circuits are significantly changing. We come out as a new person, particularly if you go through a program. There are many, many masters, Eckhart Tolle, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Bruce Liston's workshops, right? Deepak Chopra, an amazing master, his workshops. And anyone, the law of attraction by Esther Hicks, Jerry Hicks. We go to these places, we pick up all the best things. Not everybody is perfect. We pick up the best. And things that we don't resonate with, potentially okay. But the places of nature, the meditation centers must be in our list of places to go spend time, dear friends, for the reasons that I mentioned. Pyramid Valley International is one such beautiful open center, very, very open, where they don't force you to do a ritual. It is very important to go to these places. If they force you to do their thinking, that's a problem. Then that's not the place for you. You should be able to go there and then do what you like to do, your practice, your sadhana, right? Respecting that. And then have your schedules and things. So there may be some minor here and there. They may ask you to spend an hour or so. So, okay, maybe that's fine. But the rest of it, if you got it, then being able to do your practice, important. There are plenty of such centers out there. Think about visiting nearby such places. People in Chennai, Theosophical Society has worldwide some centers. Theosophical Society centers worldwide. Some places may be there. Amazing places. They're very open. They encourage openness. Learn from everybody. So do visit Pyramid Valley. There is one place in Hyderabad that Patriji established. With a few places like that. But there are many places that you find your energy matching to them and you can always go into them. Let's go into meditation, dear friends. Pyramid Valley is got this mega pyramid, the gigantic pyramid where 4,000 people can meditate at a time in that place. You see in that video, the place of intense learning, intense practice. And it gives me great happiness and proud moments for being associated with it ever since we started off this project in the year 2003. And about 2.3, 2.4 million people have been taught free meditation. It's a center where we teach free meditation, free food. And of course, people can pay some nominal amounts to stay there for intense while doing their practice. And we have about 300,000 people annually visit the center and do their learnings and practices. Of course, our program, the workshop they're talking about in March is happening there. Every quarter, every once in 6 months, I'm doing a program there. But otherwise, various people come and do the programs regularly. So leaving the valley, Pyramid Valley out, and it's a great dream of Patriji, leave out. But I think the point I want to convey is that nature-centric meditation centers, which allow openness, are great places for us to strengthen our practice. So with that, dear friends, let's go into meditation. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. We are practicing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind by observing our normal natural breath. We want to rest the mind, and those of you who joined new today, the technique is very, very easy. It takes 2 minutes. So as you see in the picture, you sit down on the floor or in the chair, legs crossed, and if you're wearing spectacles, remove them and then close your eyes. Fingers into fingers, hands in your lap comfortably. Observe your breath, your natural breath anywhere in the nose as a reference point. Observe the breath. When you observe your breath, slowly, 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 thoughts come down. You go into meditative states, an empty state of mind or an experiential state of mind where you may be having sensations in your body. They're called meditative states. If you are in them, be a witness to them. Do not interpret, stay in that state. If you have thought, bring your attention back to the breath, again, observe the breath. So anytime if you notice yourself in thought, attention back to the breath, observe the breath. And then again, slowly, slowly go into the meditative states of emptiness or sensation. All right, friends, called breath mindfulness meditation. We're going to spend a good amount of time here. Before that, we're doing a process called heart elevation. Just follow my guidance for this. Very, very simple. For a few minutes, like five minutes, we're going to do this process. And then we'll go into the breath mindfulness meditation. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably. Observe your natural, normal in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. become aware of the emptiness, where there's no body, where there's no thing. As you merge into your breath, all emptiness is energy. This is the unlimited quantum field of energy with limitless possibilities and opportunities. The longer you stay aware of this field, the more open you become. Yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. This is your divine self. Friends, let's express gratitude to all things and everybody, to your parents, your teachers, your mentors, your family, friends, colleagues, everybody. Your gratitude to this grand nature, the birds, the fish, and the animals, to everything you use, the technology, the companies, the governments, systems. Be grateful to yourself and to this intelligent quantum field for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Relax your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoy the session. Is Lalita there?
No, sir.
Lalita is not there. Can you ask her to log in? So we wanted to talk about the self-assessment findings that she did in the morning. And do you have Ramesh?
Not here, sir. Next session.
Okay, okay. Who do you have today here? Nobody.
No, we don't have any guest speaker.
Okay. Just have Lalita come back.
Checking on it.
Okay, friends. So we have some time. Tuesdays, we are inviting normally some professionals to share. But today, anybody who has been into this program for the last 4 weeks would like to share, please do raise your hand. And may I request Shalini madam to share.
So we'll go with Supriya first, Chandra.
Shalini.
Shalini first, okay. Shalini.
Sir, good morning, everyone, and good evening to Masters in India. It has been a wonderful journey, always knowing some facts and information so scientifically put together, and I'm really enjoying the journey so far. Thank you to Buddha CEO team for doing this and putting this program for all of us.
We want to know about your experiences, madam.
My experiences
Your
has
journey,
been
meditation journey.
my meditation journey started in 2017. I had some health issues and I could overcome it through breath meditation in 2020. End of 2020, I could finally heal myself, and the more I went in exploring my inner self, the more I got connected to my intuition, and lot of synchronicities happened along the way. I spent time in nature, and when I go out in nature, the nature speaks to me, shows me ways to overcome my questions, and I'm still practicing how to visualization, because I very easily think of past, but then I'm still working on my visualization techniques to create my reality. And this past 3 weeks has been awesome, because the day I started my service, or my volunteer work at Buddha CEO, I started working in the school nearby. So even before I could start manifesting, things started coming my way. So very grateful and thankful to Buddha CEO team for giving me an opportunity to volunteer.
Wonderful. Thank you, Shalini Madam. Really thank you for being a facilitator this time and helping us out in this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Radhika.
All right, we have Supriya. Madam, please unmute.
Hi, good evening and good morning to everyone. So I'll start. When I started with this program, I had many anxiety issues and I used to overthink. So I'm a student and I live away from my family. So I really used to, think about it. How will I do little things in my life? But now I came back to my college, and now I'm like, as a person overall, I'm much better, and I'll say happier. I don't really overthink about what's there in future for me. I just believe that everything will happen nicely. And I'll recall one thing, like when there's a 1 kilometer walk from my hostel to the college. So today when I was walking, I literally noticed, like, I have seen the path before also, but I noticed, and it was so beautiful. The trees were, like waving with the wind and everything, and the leaves were falling, and it was like, cinematic view, and it was really beautiful. And all in all, I'm really happy, even though there's like people around me who do anything bad to me. I don't really think negatively about it now. Like previously I used to just, think that why are they doing this with me, like do they don't like me, or like it's something wrong with me. But now I just think in a positive way, like it's okay, maybe they're going through some problem or like something else, but I don't think negatively now, and that's really a big change for me. And I thank Chandra sir and the whole team for all this, and as a person I'm really happy now.
Wow. That's amazing to be in this group as an youngster and going through this change in such a short time. You said this first time?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Chandigarh.
Chandigarh. Okay. Thank you. You must share in the youth program your experience.
Sure, and you're welcome for this. But I really want to thank you because like I came across this online only, and it's been life changing for me.
Excellent. Excellent. There's some good group of meditators in Chandigarh. I think some point you should connect with them too. Locally, you can do a lot of things there. Mhm.
Surely I'll do that.
Okay. Any question to you?
Sir, question about what?
Anything? Do
Like,
you have any question?
okay, I want to know, like, after this 6-week program, how can we stay connected with this all meditation and everything?
Sure. There are several programs. Almost every day there is a program at Buddha CEO. Okay. So first is there will be a continuation by having a program called Prana. There's a morning 6 o'clock meditation that happens 6 in India time. That happens every day after this program is over. So many people connect. That's an hour of meditation every day. That'll continue. We have several facilitators that do it. Then every Sunday I conduct a group meditation that'll continue. Every Saturday evening India time there's a master class. So somebody comes and then speaks on a concept, a topic with meditation. These are regular programs that'll happen. So you can continue with the meditation practice, and then Sundays and Saturdays connect. And then in between, there are so many. There is an intensive meditation program coming up in my second week. There will be a 1 week-long advanced online programs, physical. So go into website. That calendar, I think, must have been updated for the March this quarter. Okay. But the program you want to be on is the group meditation that happens every day at 6 o'clock after this program is over, from the very next day of it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that way, then you have the group and then you're doing a meditation. You come in, you meditate, you go. So less of this talk, it's a shorter, about 50 minutes of the day that you're meditating and going. Okay. And then you'll join back into the week-long programs. This program for today is going to happen again from April last week.
Okay.
Which many people are coming back as a refresher, because by now you know, maybe 5-10% or 20% were absorbed, not more. Okay. Research is the first time you're only absorbing less than 25%. Okay. I wanted to, while we are here, the self-assessment that you all have done, and something that we are always working to present it back to you. You've done an assessment week in the day 1 or day 2, and then now after the end of 3 weeks, you've done an assessment to see how you progressed. And I want to say that this group is amazingly progressing really, really well. And so I'd like to take a few minutes to present the findings at a group level, right? We're all working as a group. At the group level, the self-assessment findings and some fascinating results that we see in a very short time, what this meditation can do, right? And then we'll take some more questions after this, but just look at in terms of how this group is happening, and the group meditations especially, and how powerful they can be, right? So this is essentially an assessment finding after the second assessment, that is 3 weeks of program. So people who responded in the 4th week, there's their updates of practicing for 3 weeks of meditation, right? And how they find themselves. There are a lot of content here. I would like you to pay close attention to the left side here. Now, the assessment 1, we had 500 plus responses. Assessment 2, about 115. It's only, this is how it goes. About 115 responses are there. So we are basically talking about 115 people who have assessed themselves on the first day or second day, and then 3 weeks later. A note about this group is that roughly what I say is that the left side is trying to tell if there are new people are, the senior meditators. And so the first timers are like 55, but then if I add up those who just started sometime within the less than 3 months of practice, so we have a group of we have a group roughly of 75% are new here. Anybody who is practicing for less than 3 months, right? 75% are new in this group, this time Harmony program. And only 1/4 are the people who have come from more than 3 months of practice regularly doing it in some way. Okay. So for 75% new, the kind of results that we are experiencing are amazing. If you look at the last point here on the right side, 74% are healing their physical ailments just in 3 weeks. We're going to come to a little bit of detail of what it means. And 90% see their fears reducing. Fears are reducing, and then 74% are healing their physical ailments. Overall, more than 87% of the group is becoming, better. That's really how they see it across several aspects, right? So nearly 9 out of 10 people are getting better. They're seeing something or the other benefit. So this question is about depth of your meditation, connecting to the emptiness, feeling and having that meditation experience of any kind. So very small percentage said, I never experienced anything, right? Otherwise, most of them are having some kind of an energy or empty state, or some people are very regular, that's happening for them, right? Now, this is only a stat. When I always said it, no matter whether you experience or not experience it, it doesn't matter, because every meditation is a good meditation, right? And with a good meditation, as you practice more and more, your experiences may not be in meditation, but you are already connected with intuitively. You're connected to these insights that are being received every day through your various interactions with people, places, things. Yeah, that may happen. But this is specifically in meditation, how they're feeling, right? Sleep cycles. This is an interesting thing. How many people are getting better with their sleep? Again, talking about 3 weeks of meditation, right? So already 25% of the people telling that I have less sleep hours now, meaning they're sleeping less optimized. We always said it, your sleep gets optimized. Unwanted sleep is not necessary. Whereas our meditation that we do is already increasing the energy of the body. It's already taking you to theta delta state. So rejuvenation is happening in meditation. So you need to have lesser sleep. So it means more time, right? Good quality of sleep, significant percentage of them are telling there, right? And some of them are experiencing the reverse. They're sleeping longer. This is always the case. There's kind of body adjustment happening, right? So the way to see, dear friends, when there's no change, so there is 80% are saying something is happening for them, right? 80% are saying something is happening for them. This is energy levels. This assessment question is modeled after your physical health, energy, your mental health, your emotional health, your manifestation quotient, your service level aptitudes. It sort of mirrors all the things that we are doing in this program, right? So sort of you measure yourself in all those areas, every area, right? So energy level, again, 88% feel some kind of a change. They're more peaceful, more calmer, highly active, fresh, feeling fresh all the time, right? They're more energetic in the body. So there is this thing happening. So the people are really energetic. That's really the thing. And then improvement about physical health. This is the part that I really like, and we see this. This group particularly, I remember 2 years ago when we were doing this program, that group that they said first time was about 57 people said at the end of 3 weeks, they're already healing. But here, I noticed already 74% are healing. What does it mean? In that, 11% already healed. They know certain that they healed their conditions in the last 3 weeks. Either the depression is gone, either the migraines have gone, or no, whatever that they have some challenge in the body, the back is something or the other. They're done. They're done with them. Another 30% are saying, I'm healing. I know I'm healing. 30% are saying, I know I'm healing. And 44% are saying, I'm confident and I feel great that this healing is going to happen. That is the first step towards healing, dear friends. When you feel positive about your health, it's going to happen very soon. All of these are indicators that we notice, because very soon those who said, I'm confident I'm going to heal, are always coming back a few weeks later and telling us that no, have we healed? We're already reducing our medication. We no longer see the problem. This is happening. 3 weeks of meditation time, and 74% are already going through this process. If I remove 25% of them as senior meditators who have been finding better and better, we still have a great percentage here of people who are practicing, who are going through it beautifully, right? And so then these are verbatim comments some people have said, right? And they said, I already I've healed my depression. I became more acceptable. I stopped medication for diabetes, hypertension, gastritis. My sugar levels have come down within normal limits. All kinds of things. I've already talked about it, right? Work efficiency. Now we're coming to the work in terms of productivity. We said that intelligence quotient is increasing. So that means that your ability to reskill yourself, learn, concentrate, all these are happening, right? So that must have to result into your efficiency. So 85%, some improvement or excellent improvement. So if I take even the reasonable improvement and excellent, we're talking of here 40 plus 15, 55% of the people in 3 weeks finding improvements at work, efficient. They're more insightful, so they don't have to unnecessarily work on multiple options, right? They're more intuitive, so they're able to just go forward. They're more focused, so they don't get distracted. So in many ways, they're already becoming efficient at work, right? Thought process, which is your manifestation quotient, right? Now it becomes thought process. So in a beautiful 90% are saying overall, and in that 65% saying significantly positive these days. That means what? They're in their way for manifestation. They're on their way to manifest things. They're on their way to attract things that they're looking for. When you change your thought, you change your future. Simple, right? So we are absolutely saying that 90% after 3 weeks becoming more and more stronger in the mind, going towards miraculous thinking. This is about emotions, your fears, and the way you interact with people in the next question. So first step is about emotions. These fears are opposite to the survival. They are like, survival thinking. This is about your life overall. If fears are coming down, and then you're going to do really great because you're more courageous to take action. 90%. Talking about reducing fears in some way or the other. I'm less fearful now. I feel like I'm more control of situation. I feel more practical than before. Before I used to worry for everything. Now I'm more practical. I can do it. And then I feel I'm taken care. Look at that percentage. The 37% feel that I'm taken care. Something is always good is happening. I need not to worry about every small thing. I'm taken care. It's an important aspect of going into offering less resistance and going into acceptance. So 90% of the people are finding. So those who are saying, I've not really observed any change is only a small percentage of 10%. It's going to happen for them too. Everything, there's probably only sincerity that needs to be looked at here in terms of regularity of meditation. How confident are you about life, career, future? 91% are saying they are some way or the other, their improvements are seen. And 65% are reasonable to significant improvement, which directly reflects into what kind of life you're going to live immediately. We're talking about yesterday's, those 5 points. The 5 points that we talked about yesterday, which are separateness to oneness, right? All of them, the blame to ownership, and mind to heart. The switch is happening for people, from fixed mindset to creative mindset. Scarcity to abundance. The 5 areas, we are the spiritual scientific temperament, all of them as they start happening, then you feel this kind of results. And then emotional state, anger, again, all kinds of, I believe you all, whoever has filled this assessment, you must have gotten your own report and all these questions and answers are there, right? To look at it to say 60% people are saying I'm more aware, that awareness is building right now than before. And 50% are saying, 43% saying I am in the higher emotion, I'm into the more positive emotion now, already, 43%. And anger specifically, half the people are saying I'm already controlling my anger. It's coming in control of me. I'm less self-critical, so important. So that means in the beginning of self-love. And again, a good percent of the people are saying I'm less self-critical, so I'm accepting my. This is, dear friends, synchronicity. This is all towards how intuitive you become, how much your manifestations are working. That's what this question is, or perhaps is the last one. So what we are saying here is that 60% are already seeing something. They're seeing some kind of, especially seeing a lot and occasionally, if you take them, that is 60%. Once or twice, we left it out. Even in 3 weeks, that itself is great. Once or twice, somebody is saying, already saw some synchronicity. I am on my way to manifest and I'm suddenly seeing it. I think of it, somebody calling me. I thought about this, it happened to me. That's what we're saying here, right? Synchronicity that can lead to manifestation happening, right? Once or twice, you consider 80% people already have it. They are, that means you're believing to change, to believe, to change, to believe, to change. This is what is going to happen now. Service interest. This is also astonishingly quite high. So people have the feeling that, yes, I must volunteer. Now, when do you volunteer? When you want to do it? When you feel from inside happiness that you want to share. Simple. You're not burdened anymore of trying to do. So you feel that happiness and naturally that is coming to share. And we're seeing this group wanting to contribute. Some have said they've already started to volunteer. That orange color, that's about 17%. Already started to volunteer, doing it in some way or the other. Not necessarily with us. They were doing it in other places. You're taking action to go and then help. You're taking action to go and help. One of the practices to strengthen our meditation practices to go and serve. And so people have already started doing it. People deciding to set aside specific time to volunteer is there. So, dear friends, so we are very, very happy to say that 3 weeks of meditation practice is making a significant change. And what we have seen consistently is that first 3 weeks makes a huge difference. And the next 3 weeks, and of course, there will be an assessment at the end of 6 weeks, one more assessment will be there. And in case some of you did not participate in the assessment, please do. It'll be a great way for you to measure your progress and a great way to contribute to this overall study that we are doing, to put it out to those, the naysayers, the doubtful people who want to still doubt, at least it'll help them to, in some way or the other, to come into this. The mindfulness studies that have been done, that I talked about a study. Graham Phillips, an astrophysicist, said 8 weeks of meditation practice, 25% of emotional improvement. And we are finding it significantly here. In 3 weeks, significant percentage of people are moving forward with their emotional regulation significantly, and we attribute it to our knowledge that everybody is gaining, and then the longer meditation practice they're doing, and so together difference make a significant difference. So thank you very much for listening and joining, and then everybody who participated in the self-assessment. And we are very, very grateful to you. We will publish a version of the study for all of us to consume and then to, of course, share with our friends. Have a good one. And then we'll meet back tomorrow in continuing to understand the spiritual quotient, spiritual understanding, some more of it tomorrow and the day after as we go in. Radhika, any announcements before we close?
Thank you, Chandra. That was great information. I think, as I said, within 3 weeks, you will obviously start seeing something. So those, if you have not had a chance to do the assessment, please do it, because it will help others. And that's why we encourage sharing, because that will tell people how transformative this program is. So we thank everyone who have already committed. It's not late, please do it. And I will share the detail about the Advanced Meditation and Manifestation Retreat at the March 1st to 5th at Pyramid Valley International. There is an early bird discount going on for the accommodations. So that is up till April 15th. So you can, if those who are interested, please take advantage of that. We'll hope to see all of you in person. Again, as I mentioned, doing this in person is absolutely at a different level. So that is something I've experienced. So I hope everyone is encouraged to join. So we'll end with that today. Thank you all for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow.
A little thank you can go a long, long way. So when you're grateful, that's the thing to say. And when you notice the things that others do, it's time to say a little thank you. You can write it in a note or say it on the phone, or give a little treat to show your gratitude, or you can share it in a post of what you love the most, and always have a grateful attitude. A little thank you can go a long, long way. So when you're grateful, that's a thing to say. And when you notice the things that others do, it's time to say a little thank you. You can sing it in a song, or write it on a blog, or give a gift that shows appreciation. Or you can send it in a card, or shout it to the stars, or even give a standing ovation.